Hi guys, my name is TV. In this tutorial I will explain how to install the Royal Dock Menu Multimedia Slider WordPress plugin in WordPress. Install and configure it. This slider, it's a unique slider with tons of features and configurations. It's a multimedia slider that allows to add thumbnails, and they can be displayed as you can see here in a row in this pretty cool way. So it supports link, image, video, audio, YouTube, Vimeo, iframe, Flash, Google Maps. The items are open in the Revolution Lightbox, which is included in this project. Yeah, so I will go through some of the options here. All of these options can be configured inside the admin panel of the slider. So for example, you can modify the thumbnail spacing. As you can see, they are now more spaced out. The autoplay speed, which is the speed that it moves. It can also be here as just 1, but it can be left to 0. Just leave it for something for now. The thumbnail influence distance. This is the distance between the main thumbnail, the selected thumbnails, and the other thumbnails. This again can be, as you can see here. Just set this for now to 1. As you can see here. Let's click reset for now. The minimum scale, which is you can, for example, you can have a flat slider like you see now, or you can set the thumbnails to be minimized. This is what the scale does. You can also move it on the Y-axis if you like. Another cool thing, you can change the registration point. Right now it's set to center. You can set it to top. Now the scaling, it's occurring from the top, or bottom. Scaling, it's occurring from the bottom. It can be used as a menu, not a slider. For example, this can be buttons, and just like the menu on the Mac. Now it's just sitting here, and you can move it like with the mouse. As you can see, there is a tooltip that can be displayed over a thumbnail. This is optional, you can hide it and just have the slider as it is. The dynamic tooltip, right now the tooltip is normal, so when you hover a thumbnail, the tooltip is this, it's appearing like this. And you also, if you like, you can have a dynamic. It will appear on top of the selected thumbnails like this, based on your project. Okay, so you can also hide the reflection. You can change the distance of the reflection, and another important aspect, you can navigate through the slider by moving the mouse or dragging on the mobile, or you can choose to actually drag and swipe, so you can click and drag it as you want. So this is another really nice feature. There are other settings, a lot of other settings in the configuration, but I think the point is made. So yeah, it's an outstanding slider menu. The reason I say it's also a menu, you can set it as a menu. You can see here on this example, you can add PNG files with transparency, and this is basically like a menu. Your choice how you choose to use this. So okay, in Wordpress, go to plugins. Refresh this because okay, one important aspect, after you after you download the file from Code Canyon, you will see this zip file. Inside of it there is another zip file, which is actually the plugin. So this is, oh god, this is the the zip file that you have to use. I have is here on the desktop, so keep that in mind. So add new. And install. It's installing. I have a slow internet connection, so it takes a bit. So the plugin was installed successfully. Activate plugin. Okay, so now that it's installed, it appears here on the left. There are 3 tabs: General Settings, Playlist Manager, and CSS Editor. The General Settings has a few other thumbnails which can configure some aspects of the slider. For example, the main settings, you can create new presets here, set the display type to different things, change the size, and other useful things. The thumbnail settings are specifically related to the thumbnails here, like the stuff that I showed you, the thumbnail spacing, autoplay, influence, and other stuff like that. The combo box settings is related to the select drop box from here, which you can have multiple categories. And the lightbox settings is the revolution lightbox that appears when for example a video or a thumbnail is clicked. So I will go through some of these settings. I can't go through all of them, but they are self-explanatory. Most the ones that are difficult to understand, they have these tooltips that explain what they mean. So I already created a preset. I will delete it for now. There are 3 default presets: Skin, Modern Silver, Modern One, Modern Classic. As you can see them here, they are predefined exactly like you see them here. So you can use them as they are, but if you want to change any settings, you have to create a new preset. So we'll do this here. Call it my preset and add new preset. And now the preset is selected here. You can see what's saved in the database, and we can modify some settings here. We'll do that, but not for now. We'll leave it like it is. To add thumbnails, we have to create playlists, 1 or more playlists. So I already done this for simplicity, not to waste time. But to add a new playlist, you click this button, you select the image or HTML content type. What I mean by this, the slider can contain images like it is here, or HTML content. In this case, this is HTML content. As you can see, these are links. These are not images, so you can have HTML or images in there. So basically, if you like to display, they cannot be combined, so you have to choose either HTML or image. So my place, and here you can add categories. I'll delete here this one because I already created one, and I've added a category. And inside of it there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 thumbnails with each type that I've showed you here, each multimedia type that I've showed you here. This like I've said, I already added this before, not to waste any time. But to add a new thumbnail, I will show you how to do it. We'll add a new thumbnail here. You have to give it a name. This is the tooltip that appears over the thumbnail, so give it something here. If you don't want this, you can leave it blank, but you have to disable it from the general settings. I'll show you how to do that. after we finish this stuff part. The thumbnail pad is the thumbnail that appear in the thumbnail. So we'll add the thumbnail, we'll choose an image. Stand recorded. So yeah, sorry about that. We'll add this one to be different. The lightbox source will choose the same. Here you can choose audio. I'll show you this video, another. I'll show you each type in a moment. The video poster pad, it's optional and can only be used if the lightbox source it's an MP4 file. So keep that in mind. If you are using videos, you cannot hear a poster. The item maximum width and item maximum height are CSS properties for let's say you open the video player. This is the right now there is a default width and height that you can define in the general settings, but you can overwrite it here. You can set it to any number that you like, and this will represent the maximum width and maximum height of the video player, iframe window, everything that the lightbox supports, with the exception of image, because images are using their actual width and height. So keep that in mind though, that those are there. The lightbox info text is the text that appears in the lightbox. My text. This text can be formatted with CSS. So I will show you this in a moment also. So we add the thumbnail. As you can see, it's in the playlist. This playlist is sortable, so you can move these thumbnails to whatever position you like. You leave it in the center, and after you finish modifying this, you would have to click the update playlist. So like I've said, I will go through the all item types. Image I've showed you, just add the image. The video, the only difference is here, as the lightbox source you have to add an MP4 file. You can add it from the library or from an external source, it doesn't matter. Okay, YouTube video, you just have to add in the as the lightbox source the YouTube video so URL. For Vimeo the same, you have to add as the lightbox source the Vimeo URL. Yeah. For audio you have to add the audio MP3 pad. You can add it from the library or like this, or from an external source. Google Maps, you have to add a Google Maps address. iframe, you have to add the URL, the address of the website that you want to display in the iframe. Link, this is a bit more different. For example, what I mean by link, when you click a thumbnail, you can set the slider to open a new window. So this is what means a link. When a thumbnail is clicked, a new window will open. So this is sorry about this. This is how it's done. Before the link the page that you want to open, you have to add link and 2 points. Sorry, like you can see here, link and 2 points. Then the address, the URL, and after it you can specify a target. The target is by default blank, but if you want to open in the same page, you can put it to self like this. And now when the thumbnail is clicked, this page will be open in the same page as the slider. So, and flash, you have to add the flash file here as a lightbox source. So this is it. Update playlist. Another thing that I told you I'll show you is you can add CSS classes. There are some predefined classes here that are used to format the text that appear in the tooltips and the text that appear in the lightbox. you can just use this one or define your own, and don't forget to update the CSS file. So after you do this, as you can see here in the text editor, there is a class with large label that was defined there, and this is the text that will be displayed in the tooltip. So update playlist, and now to add the slider in your page, in the post on a page, you can use the shortcode generator here on the right. You can select the preset. We'll select our preset and the image the playlist that we created. So you can add the shortcode by going in the visual mode and add shortcode, and will be automatically added here in the editor. But for some reason, if it doesn't work, you can just copy and paste it from here. This is automatically updating when you change the values in the sliders. So just select the text and copy and paste it, and then update the page. And now if we refresh this page, we will see the slider and the image that we have added here in the center. And if you click on it, we'll open the lightbox. Another thing that I forgot to show you here in the playlist manager, if you want no action to happen when a thumbnail is clicked, just set this the lightbox, sorry, not the thumbnail pad, the lightbox source pad to none. So if this is none, when the thumbnail is clicked, nothing will happen. Remember this. So as you can see, we have added the video. For example, this is a video, the image, audio. Let's again video because it's looping. YouTube, Vimeo, iframe, Flash. I think you got the idea. There is no point to show this is a Flash file. Sorry, Google Map file. This is the Flash. It's possible that no, it's okay. This is Flash. So yeah. So let's say we want to modify some settings in the general settings. For example, to hide the tooltip. So we go to general settings, and here now let's say we want to drag with the mouse the slider, and to slider autoplay, and remove this. Oh, sorry about that, I have to select the preset. No autoplay, and use mouse. Okay. Now if you refresh, you can see the slider can be dragged right now with the mouse. It doesn't move. I can move my mouse, the slider stay fixed. To remove entirely the autoplay speed, we should set this to 0. For some reason this. Okay, so let's say we want to remove the background image and add a background color of black. So now if we refresh, there is no background image. So as you can see now, the slider it's in fluid width. It means that we'll cover the entire width of the window, but you can also set it to responsive based on your project. So for example, this will be make it part of the page. based on your theme, it will appear in your content when where the shortcode is set. As you can see here, it's now it's in this box here. Based on your theme, this will vary. You can specify the width and height, so this is the maximum width and height, and of course the content is responsive. We'll leave it fluid width, and for the thumbnails, I don't know, you can change, for example, the border colors. We'll add something reddish. This will look really bad, but to get an idea, the borders are actually a gradient, so keep this in mind. We'll hide the reflections, and we'll set a dynamic tooltip. We'll set no to dynamic tooltip. Now if the page is refreshed, you can see the border are this weird ugly color, but it shows how the settings are working. And the tooltip is not dynamic, it appears over the thumbnail. Yeah, what else? I think this is, let's hide the combo box, for example. No, you don't want to show the combo box. There is only one category anyway, so now there is no combo box here. Okay, let's say you want let's add another category in the playlist to demonstrate that this actually works. Okay, another category here, we'll call it category. So, and inside of it we'll add a new thumbnail, my image, add a thumbnail. I'll just add one for this to make a point. Okay, of the playlist, and now it has two categories, so this can be switched. They are sortable. So now if you test it, you can see here there are two, and we can switch between them. This is the thumbnail that we have added. And the tooltip is not formatted with CSS, this is why it appears so weird, but you get the idea about the categories. You can add as many as you like, so this is awesome. Okay, another thing, I will show you how to add HTML content in a moment, but I would like to show you first the slider also has some API that it might be useful. I have to get a folder here, 1 second. Sorry about this, but source and the help file. This is included in the zip file there. This is, I forgot to show you this, but this is included. It's a help file which shows some useful information. Also there is a link to the video tutorial that I'm recording now and the API methods that are available. There are not many, but they are useful, and especially the one that is switching the category. So to add API, just copy this. This is explained in detail here. I will not go over it, I just want to show you how it works. Go into text mode and paste it. So there are two buttons. The first one, when clicked, it's switching, is calling this function and it's switching the first category, and the other one is switching the second category. So click update. This So now the buttons are here and the first category is displayed, and when clicked using the API, the second one it's displayed, so keep in mind this. Yeah, and now to add the HTML content, we will create another playlist, HTML playlist, and don't forget to set the content to HTML. And now inside it the things are a bit different. The thumbnail name doesn't matter, that's just for reference. And here the thumbnail HTML content represents the content that will appear here in the thumbnail. This can be any HTML content, so you can add absolutely anything here. For example, a p tag, p tag some HTML. But remember, you can add anything here, even videos or whatever you like, and you can add classes in the CSS file that is associated with the slider. Then there is a tooltip text. If you want any tooltip, you can add here some tooltip. The lightbox source is set to none, but you can set it if you like to open something like I showed you in the image playlist. The video source is the same, image with achievement height is the same, and lightbox info is the same. Basically, what's different is this box that appears to add HTML content. So we'll just leave one thumbnail. I don't want to add more, just to show you. And here in the you have to change this. Yes. Now the playlist is appearing here, HTML playlist that we created and our preset. And add shortcode. Oh, it's added it in the wrong place. Let's delete this because there is no need for it anymore. And now my preset and HTML content. Add shortcode. And now if you update it, if you refresh it, as you can see here, now the thumbnails appear as before, and here is the HTML content that we added. Of course it looks bad because there are no classes, there is not much added in, so keep this in mind, that you can add anything that you like here, from HTML, videos, pages, whatever you like, as you can see in the this example here. These are not images, this is images and HTML text, and here are links. Yeah, so I think this is it. I've covered the main aspects of it. There are a lot of settings here and a lot of features that it doesn't make any sense to go through them because it would take 3 hours to show you this. But what you can do is to go into the demo page and play with the sliders and read some of the text here. It's an outstanding product, a unique product, and I really hope you'll buy it and enjoy it. So thank you guys for watching.